So I think we are live already.
Okay.
I have a feeling we are. Not sure, but
Awesome.
meeting is now streaming live. Okay, I'm going to pull up the feed on my phone just to be sure, but I think we are. Yes.
Anyway, I don't know how to get that in my phone. So
I'm the one who's not doing anything, not even trying,
No.
so not bothered.
yeah, better. Yeah.
I'm just
Uh,
making sure that we don't continue talking without. Yeah, no, we are live actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, super.
Yeah.
It's
So-
actually it's nice to be live in this situation. Like I mean it like our life. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. First of
Yeah.
all, it's good to be alive and
Yeah.
then live.
Yeah.
And then live.
Absolutely. It is good. So there was a joke running when this whole coronavirus thing happened. They said the favorite song now is "Staying Alive."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the favorite
Yeah.
song for everybody because that's our plan over the summer.
Yeah.
So those of you who are tuning in to this, we have a whole bunch of people. Like I can see some few hundred people watching. I am certainly very, very privileged to be hosting this. But it's going on all our Facebook pages. A very great privilege to have the amazing Yogesh Shamsi ji.
This is something that we've been missing. तो सबको
Missing it
ताली
for a long
बजाने
time.
की-
Yeah. Yeah.
We
We
have
can do that for ourselves.
we have the one and only Selva Ganesh ji with us.
Aditya, I'm not clapping.
Clapping on mute.
I'm clapping on mute.
Okay.
His
And of
fingers
course-
are busy always.
Yeah.
And of course, the queen of Sargams is
Oh, wow.
here. The diva, the one and only Kaushiki Chakravarti. And Kaushiki ji has been called the queen of Sargams. I made sure before I put this quote out, I saw that she was called the queen of Sargams by Shankar Mahadevan ji. So I thought it was
Wow.
it's genuine.
It's too
So
kind
we
and
can
it's really sweet.
use
of
this.
you. And it's very nice of you and kind of you. Thank you.
And we have two extremely talented youngsters with us who are a couple of generations away from us. We have Aditya Srinivasan, who's our mixing engineer,
Yeah.
mixing mastering, as well as he's a shishya of Yogesh ji. So
Oh.
so it's a double whammy. Aditya
Okay.
is here and he plays the tabla, and yesterday he was playing the conga with us also.
Oh, wow.
And we have on the keyboards Nakul Chog, who has done the audio and video production. He's a bit of a all-rounder, and I am certainly very thankful that he's there to help me out whenever we need the help, and he's
Wow.
there and he produces.
And we
things.
have our amazing host who
Yeah.
will not introduce himself, but I take the liberty of introducing him, though he doesn't need an introduction. He is the great, I don't know, king of what all do we call him? But
Technology.
no, but it started off. I personally can say that it started off with singing for me because he came to my father, and he was a fantastic singer, and then sitar, of course, who doesn't know? And then lately, he has been personally. I can say that he has been my techie guru, my kind of SOS call anytime. This is not syncing. That software is not working. So everything, and this composition is his. So I thank him
Wow.
for giving us this wonderful composition. And a
And
big round of
moreover, surging with energy and positivity. That's
Oh
the
yeah.
most
Oh
important.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
yeah.
much.
Even
Absolutely.
in this lockdown period. So
Yeah.
give it to him.
Yeah.
Very grateful, and actually very grateful that we've been able to do this particular track, which is very special because we've been doing a whole bunch of collaborations, but to have this galaxy of stars on one track is amazing. And I think we've actually made a lot of music together, in the past on the same stage, and in different permutations and combinations, but to actually be able to do this through social distancing, through physical distancing, and yet be able to bring it together for you guys and is a real privilege for me. I mean, when I compose this, we'll get into the story later, but I think we should have all of you say a little bit. Maybe we'll start with Yogesh Bhai, because I think I don't know whether between Yogesh Bhai and Selvaji, I don't know who is more senior, but we won't get into
Doesn't
that.
matter. I wanted to be I don't want it to be a senior.
Yeah, I don't mind going first.
No. Please, Yogesh ji.
Yeah. When Purbayan said he wanted to do this, I said, okay, I'm there to always. I like, as I said, he's got so much energy. He's got surging with creativity. So I love that about him. And so when he sent me the piece, it said Sargam Surge. And I was wondering whether I am capable of doing this or not, because I'm not a person who ventures in this domain very much. After listening to the piece, even though it was just under 4 minutes, or probably even under 3 minutes,
I think less than
so
that, yeah.
there were so many subtle, beautiful, small little arrangements, and I really loved it. And there was room to, even in that much time, to express so many things. So I said, yeah, of course, let's go for it. It was an experience, and as he said, on an online platform, to sit at home and play our parts and come together with something like this, in spite of not meeting each other face to face for months on end as musicians. I think he's done a wonderful, marvelous job. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And I would like to say that when we thought of this this little composition, I mean, the way it started again is very interesting, because I was actually seeing Kaushiki ji's video with Shankar ji, where she had gone, and somewhere he said that she's the queen of sargams, etc., etc. And of course we've numerous videos of her where she's singing her sargams, and then there's like thunderous applause and all that. But but I'll come to that later. But the moment I thought of a combination of Selvaji and Yogesh Bhai, bringing in a groove which was, a surging, energetic groove. And then I think when I called Yogesh Bhai, I half expected him to say, नहीं, मुझे ये सब चीज़ों में मत भिड़ाओ. But I was surprised, because he said yes. And same thing with Selvaji. So Selvaji, would you, what is your, like, I remember I called you and
I know.
were
When
you
you
thinking
called
at the back of my mind, oh God, another one, I have to do one more song with him?
No, she was not. No. It was not like that. It was always a pleasure, to play. And especially, we are in a place where, see, it's like rather doing nothing, we should do something, right? So it is like that, first of all. First comes to our mind. Second thing is, like, when you called me, I was in a bad situation where I lost my mother, and then I came back from America and things like that. Then my mind says, okay, this is the time, I have to do it so that I can come out from that, zone. And of course, like, first time when when Purbayan have sent me the audio, there was just, I think, Sitar, just him.
Yes.
And then I said, okay, it's nice, but I don't know what to do. And then he said, no, let's wait. Yogesh ji is going to do it. I said, then I'm strong. Then actually speaking to my ears, to my visual, Yogesh ji have come up with a nice groove, and to it's always nice to come up with some shape, especially for the percussionist, right? Set it up a groove and set it up a space and everything. So he have done a great job. He inspired. Then immediately I said, I'll do it. Maybe I took a long time. Sorry for that. Because I have some rituals to be done and
Completely
finish it.
understand.
So I couldn't do it. And then also I took a little time to do the video too, because I've shaved totally, so I wanted to keep wait for until my beard to be grown. But anyway, it's not, apart from that, I was a little bit late, but what an amazing project and a song and a piece to play with. And I usually say that I'm a biggest fan of Kaushiki ji, and of course, Purbayan's, it's my favorite too. And we are we are more than a brothers. Whenever I call him, he said, Purbayan, I have this, can you come and do it? And he did it so many times. This is just two which I did it for him, but he have done so many things for me, and it's not a question of giving it back. It's sharing, when you give me, I'll give you back, whatever. It's not, it's more kind of a brotherhood, So, and I'm so honored to be part of this project.
No, no. Thank you so much for agreeing to. In fact, I'll pick up on that thread, and I would like to, if you know, I don't know whether this is the appropriate time or place, but I would like to say that it's amazing to see people in the classical world come together. And even when we were doing this raga for healing, which we did, and after that, you know, you will see an announcement soon. So I don't know if I should, you know, but we have started something else together also, and you know, without getting into details, I would like to say that it's very important for the classical musicians of India to come together as a community, as a specific community. It's actually not that small a community. It's a pretty large community. But we'll get back to that. Let me. I think everybody wants to hear from the diva. From. So I'm getting comments saying why
You're
aren't we
making
hearing?
me awkward, embarrassed, and humbled all at the same time. So first of all, thank you. I mean, thanks for. I think it's for the first time that I'm collaborating on such a piece of music with Selva ji and Yogesh ji both. But especially with Yogesh ji, I've been singing for more than, I think, 22, 23 years.
Yeah. This is the first piece that we've done something like this.
This is the first piece that we've done together so far.
Out of the box.
This is, I'm sorry on my part, because I think we should have collaborated on many more pieces in these years, because I've been singing with him. Of course, it started with Baba, and yesterday only, after we had our kind of planning call, I was talking to my son, and I was telling that I was little more than his age when I first sang with Yogesh ji. It was like incredible, and he's like, "How lucky are you?" So it's like that. So how lucky am I to still be, you know, doing newer ideas, collaborating with both of them. And Purvan, of course, I mean, it feels really awkward to say G, but you know, that doesn't mean that the respect is not there. I so respect him for that amazing musician that he is. But he has been such an old, I mean, very old friend. So it's very awkward for me to call him G. But with all the
same
respect,
here.
without the G, it's such an honor to collaborate on yet another piece. And this is on record, since we didn't do anything like this for my project, where he very graciously came and he shared his music, and he kind of enriched my project, which is Kaushiki's Jam Room. He
Totally
came
my
for
pleasure.
2 episodes. So you know, many such projects have happened and will happen in the future. Each time it is a very nice sharing of ideas, sometimes agreeing, sometimes complementing each other, and a very healthy space, I would say, because you know, there's no when you're working with friends, I think that's the comfort area, that you can tell them that, you know, for me this I don't think is working, can we just try something else. So I think in the process we all brainstorm, and we go beyond our comfort zones and try to do something new, and in the process something nice comes up. So I think after a long time, I remember, I don't know whether Purvan would remember that, you know, as children we were taught these Lakshman Geet,
Yeah.
which is like ek rago ka sargam leke, there will be a composition which is like a bandish, but it's your first introduction to a rag. So this reminded me of that. It's like a very nice sargam geet, which kind of introduces you to Bhupali in a very peppy, nice, contemporary way. So even for kids, I think, because you know, as parents, I think that's something that's always in the back of my mind, that something which is peppy, something that's groovy, that they can kind of jump around with and have fun, but also will have a different layer of learning something which is very traditional, which is such a essence of our tradition. So I think this is one very contemporary, nice way for kids to learn a small piece without knowing that it's a very traditional Bhupali piece. So it's a wonderful idea.
Very well said. Actually, that is exactly what it is. It's like, it's not like a composition. It's like we've learned and played hundreds of compositions like this. We were taught these things to learn ragas. You very correctly said Lakshman Geet. I mean, there's one in Yaman Kalyan which we had learnt, which had been passed down, Alauddin Khan Sahab's composition. So this was something that I actually just thought of the line So for me, it was like I could imagine the groove coming with Selva ji and Yogesh bhai, and then I know how tight. Okay, I'll get rid of the G now. I was just using the G out of respect and out of protocol. when I thought of how tight Kaushiki is with she's one of the rare vocal North Indian vocal musicians, like Khayal artists, who's really like she can use her voice like an instrument. In fact, she gives us instrumentalists a run for our money. So I was that was the only line I thought of. I just thought of that one line, and it just happened from there, little by little. It is not a very complex composition. It's very simple composition. It's something for kids to learn Bhopali actually, and you can actually look at it like that, Bhopali, which is called Mohanam in Carnatic music. So if you guys are watching, and if you are students of music, which we all are, and if you would like to have a little fun with the raga, then I think this is an appropriate piece to kind of do that with. With that.
Yeah, and for the rhythm lovers, there are a couple of korves to pick up from.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And one of them, incidentally, many years ago in St. Xavier's College in IMG, when we played an ensemble, Selva, myself, his cousin on the mridangam, and his brother on the ghatam, four of us. That korve was decided on that day, the one I played in this piece.
Yeah, I know.
So I have nostalgic memories about that little korve.
That's nice.
तो वो जरूर हम लोग सुनेंगे before we end this session. We can see your tablas, so we will be a little greedy and hear like little from everybody.
Sure.
But for the time being, before we get into that, we'll save the best for last. And before we all get to our chai, I have my cup here, but before we get to that, we'll have a little music. But before that, I would like to express my gratitude to Nakul once again. He's there on many of my projects, and this is not a project which has required a lot of production, because it is a classical piece. It's predominantly, but we've just used a little bit of almost a tanpura-ish sound along with a tanpura. So he's played tanpura on the keyboard basically. Nakul, आप कुछ बताना चाहेंगे हमको? क्या आपको कैसे लगा?
Ubayan ji and I have been working a lot. अब आजकल तो काफ़ी काम कर रहे हैं, एंड जब सर का फ़ोन आया कि ये ट्रैक बनाना है और इसका ऑडियो वगैरह सब कुछ करना है, तो फिर आर्टिस्ट के नाम बताए, कौशिक जी, योगेश जी एंड सेल्व गणेश जी, तो आई वॉज ब्लोन अवे. सो आई हैव बीन ऑनर्ड लाइक वर्किंग विद यू ऑल. इट्स अ ग्रेट ट्रैक, great composition by Ubayan ji and great work by all of you.
तो मैं नकुल को इधर शामिल किया है ये लाइव में, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी फॉन्ड ऑफ हिम एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग आल्सो. ही इज़ वेरी स्वीट एंड ही इज़ डूइंग वेरी गुड.
Even his sounds are so sweet too.
बहुत अच्छा, और वो काफ़ी अच्छा गाता भी है. एंड तो अभी लगा के रखा है, तो आप लोगों की इजाज़त से उसको 2 लाइन नकुल कुछ गा के बजा के साइमल्टेनियसली करके सुनाओ. म्यूट अनम्यूट करना भूलना मत.
Audible है sir?
हाँ.
Krishna बारो कृष्णा ने देखने बारो.
वाह, बहुत अच्छा, very good यार, very good. And this is not his main subject. He is like he does harmonies and crazy stuff. Anyways, you guys will, I'm pretty sure, hear his work at some point. I will move on to Aditya, who is shown as only Aditya, but he is the genius who is he's hot property right now. Sab log, and he's missing in action a lot of the time, but right now thankfully he's here. So he mixed it and mastered it to perfection.
Thank you.
So Adi, we just please say how you felt.
No, firstly, just thank you for having me.
Say honestly what your experience was.
No, his first experience was this Purbanda is giving me more work. God.
which is amazing. At a time when we don't have work, it's just insane. But thank you so much for having me. For me, first of all, this is a track that involves Guruji, so it's always it's always anything for him. And to have Chelana on it, who I've known since
अभी गुरुजी के नाम से मैं 3-4 ट्रैक मिक्सिंग करवाऊंगा यार.
एल्बम निकालना है ना.
हाँ, मैंने ऑलरेडी कह दिया कि मेरे साथ योगेश जी का कोलैबोरेशन हुआ ही नहीं, तो
हाँ.
शादी की जिम्मेदारी.
बस हो गया, एल्बम हो गया. सेल्वा जी ने हमको सजेस्ट किया है
अभी
कि एल्बम
रिकॉर्डिंग भी हो रही है, अभी लाइव भी हो रहा है, सो वी हैव लॉट ऑफ
एविडेंस.
Absolutely.
हाँ.
मेरा सेल्वा जी का, कौशिकी एंड योगेश जी, इतना तो पक्का है. एंड
भी पता है.
और एक सॉन्ग.
Very well.
I see. I can only say that album. That's what I heard, but I don't know what you all talk about. But album, okay. Then I understood. Okay, you're all talking about album. Okay, let's do an album.
Yeah, but well, just it's an honor to work on this with all of you. To work with amazing musicians and to work on something like this, it's always a dream. And to have Guruji involved and Kaushiki Didi involved and Purbanda and Chelana, who he's seen me and encouraged me from when I was 5 or 6. So to do something is just always lovely. So I'm just so happy to be here.
I know, Aditya. You want to say that like when your birthday was happening,
Oh,
right? You know where I met him first when he was 5, and his father, who got him to our concert when we did Masters of Percussion. Actually, we called it Drums of India first with Zakir Bhai.
Right,
and
right.
we were playing it. We played it in Madras IIT. And his father came into our house and said like he's really fascinated about tabla and he would love to meet Zakir Bhai. And the day of the concert which is happening, that was his birthday. I said,
Acha.
okay, please bring him. So that's where I met him, and then he met
Yeah.
Zakir Bhai on the day one, like when he
Yeah.
was, and we all actually called him on stage as he was like a kid, and then we celebrated his birthday on the stage.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to share a couple of thoughts
Yeah,
on Aditya, because I've seen him pursue his passion right from the beginning, you know.
yeah,
And his passion was tabla, but I didn't know there was a more serious hidden passion of becoming a sound engineer. And
yeah.
he's been after it since he was a kid, and he's built his portfolio. He applied for the Berkeley School course. He managed to get that. He went there. He did well, and all that passion can be seen in this production as well.
Amazing.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
No,
He
he's
deserve it.
and he's
Yeah.
he's a very out of the box thinker, and he's able to do things which even within the scope of things, he's able to conceive and visualize things which sometimes other people cannot, and that is an amazing thing. And I think Adi reminded me that when I had gone for a concert with Yogesh Bhai to Chennai, which was many years ago, we had dinner together at that point
Right.
in time.
Right.
And so I have known him for many years without connecting the dots. And now finally, boy, have the dots connected.
Well, if I must say, it's a great memory for me that it was at your concert in Chennai that I actually met Guruji, and I asked him if I could come and learn from him.
चलो
So
अभी
that
तो
was a
3 ट्रैक
big
और मिक्स
moment
करना
for
ही
me.
पड़ेगा. अभी तो 3-4 चलो पक्का हो गया. So before we sign off,
sorry to interrupt.
नहीं नहीं
you.
सेल्वा जी बोलिए ना.
You know, Aditya, why we all spoke about you? The reason is like we need more help from you.
Absolutely.
No. I'm just kidding, but you deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And also in these times, I would like to take a couple of minutes to talk about that also. In these times, we are all doing some digital concerts, which are remote engineered by him. So I'm thankful to him for that also. A lot of my digital shows, he makes sure the sound is. It's a very different time that we live in, and all of us are doing concerts for some organization in London or wherever, and the sound engineer is in another city, and I of course have a big audience in front of me, which is the laptop,
Yeah.
and maybe if I'm lucky, I have my wife on the other end saying, "Okay, now get off the internet" or something. No, actually, she's the sound check person. So Adi will often put a link on a private link, and Gayatri will listen to it and say, "Oh yeah, this is the right sound, or it's not correct or whatever." And Nakul incidentally is now learning some vocal music from Gayatri. So that's the other interesting thing. He's I call him the Jacob Collier of India, because he does a lot of
Amazing.
Jacob Collierish things, but now he's learning some classical music.
What
You know,
about-
sorry, I just wanted to add, that there were two hidden people who are not on this call who are involved in this, which is the sons of two of the maestros here, which is
Yes.
Shravan, who has been recording Guruji so well, and really stepping up the production game, and then Swami, who's also a dear friend who's been recording Chellana, I think, back
Yeah.
in Chennai and setting
Yes.
everything up there.
Big
So-
hand for both of them.
And I have been bugging the two of them, because I can dare to do them. उनके साथ तो मैं हुकुम कर सकता हूँ कि भाई श्रवण प्लीज करो यार. Oh, he'll say, "Oh, dad is teaching in the next room. Chalo, I'll get on his Facebook and I'll do the cross posting or whatever." And I'm going to start doing that very soon with Kaushiki's son also. Very soon, like in the next year or two, I'll like make sure that he knows all about the internet and
Once
everything.
That
once
is the
he's
reason-
on Facebook and everything, then I'm anyway losing hair, so all will be gone.
No, but there is a chance that it will be the other way around. He will call me and he say, "Hey, listen, this is how you do this."
It's good to have sons, no? So that
Yeah, yeah.
they will take care.
Yeah.
Yes. Mine has just learned how to set up a YouTube account, so I'm very nervous right now. I don't want him to have his YouTube account.
Oh my gosh.
So before we sign off from this call, can we very humbly request all of you to make a little music? I know we can't play together because we'll all bounce off of each other's sounds, but maybe Yogesh bhai, Selva ji, Kaushiki, we can all play something, sing something.
Yeah, of course.
What is the duration? It's again like a same question we asked the organizer, right?
I'm the organizer today.
No, I'm just kidding. But before that, like I'm really, really, really missing this. Like going for the concert and doing a sound check and having a tea at the sound check, and then after the sound check, have a small nap, and then into the concert. We really miss that. So soon, I hope we'll come back to that. And
Well, hopefully we can do a Sargam Search concert sometime.
yeah,
once when-
of
yeah.
course, yeah.
A physical
I'm on it.
concert.
Yep.
A physical concert for an hour of Tagams.
Yeah.
Why not?
But I'm not too sure about the audio.
When you're singing alap also, you are doing there is some sa and ga and
Yeah.
and ra. Sargam is saregama. That's all.
Saregama, yeah.
Yeah. So.
So Yogesh bhai or Selva ji ya
No, yeah, always like Yogesh ji.
Yogesh bhai.
Thank you very much.
Wow, क्या बात है.
क्या बात है? क्या बात है? So, actually, that's my dad's Korvai, where he did it with Zakir Bhai for Shakti
Yeah.
long time back, and then.
And we have heard this in recordings, like
Yeah. And it's sometimes even as Yogesh ji was saying it, we start the Talvadya like this all together, and then we'll just play separately. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Kaushiki ji, I'm really
Okay.
waiting to hear it. Like, I mean,
Sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ni sa, sa re ga ba da ni sa. Sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ni sa, sa re ga ba da ni sa. Sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ti sa, sa re ga ba da ni sa. Sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ri sa, sa re ga ba da ni sa. Sa re ga ni sa, da sa ni sa, ni sa ni sa da ba da sa da, ga ni sa da sa ni sa, ni sa da ba da sa da, sa da pa ga ni sa, sa da pa ga ni sa, sa da pa ga ni sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ni sa, sa re ga ba da ni sa. Sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ti sa, sa re ga ba da ni sa.
shabash.
Pa ga ti sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ri sa da, sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ti sa re ga ba da ni sa, da pa ga ri sa da, sa re ga ba da ni sa.
Wow, 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 kya baat hai. So this is what we're going to have live when we play live or sing live.
I
This is
so
what
wish
we're going to
we
have.
could all join and do something with this. This
I
is
know,
mad.
but there is always a next time, and there is always
Yeah.
always an opportunity somewhere. But amazing, the amazing thing about this, and I'm going to pick up my sitar without taking anybody's permission. Actually, I'm going to take your permission before I do that. But the interesting thing when when I had to play this, I couldn't play Sa Re Ga Pa Dha Re Sa on my sitar. I had to play Pa Pa Dha Ni Re Ga Dha Pa.
So you're the only one who didn't play Bhopali.
I'm the only one who actually didn't play Bhopali. Correct, exactly. So, so for me, it wasn't when we have this Bhopali joke. Of course, it's a very classical joke. So, but there was still no ma and no me. It was pa da ni de ga da pa. So there was still no money in it. This is what I was playing, and if I would have played it regularly, that's what I would have played. And there would have been Ma from the A. The interesting thing is there would have been Ma and me both, but I ended up playing. So I know, all of you guys, those of you want to hear the piece, it is on YouTube. It is right now, it's dropped on all our individual Facebook channels, Facebook artist pages also, and IGTV. So check it out. Before we conclude this session, I have to let somebody into this call. There's this very talented girl called Bhavya. I had put up this whole thing saying,
But Purban, I haven't played.
no, I haven't played either. You're going to play, but I'm going to let this.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're going to let Bhavya in. We'll keep the music for last.
Okay.
Rest of the music for last. So I put up a thing saying guess the notes of this, and so she was able to guess some of the notes correctly, not the entire thing, but some of it correctly. So we are trying to connect with her and have her on this call for a couple of minutes.
I have a feeling I know her from social media. His name is very familiar.
I think she's a very big fan of yours. Bhavya, if you can hear
Who's
us,
not?
let us see you also.
Yes.
There you are.
Hi. Namaste, Bhavya.
Namaste, ma'am.
So Bhavya is here because she could guess some of the notes of Sargam Surge correctly, and she at least guessed the Raga Bhopali. It was a very fun situation because we were getting all sorts of guesses. Some people were saying Sagaga, some people were saying Samama Dhasasa, anything, and Bhavya
Yes.
kind of was in the zone. So हमने भाविया को बुलाया, तभी promise किया था. So thank you for joining. Thank you for taking the guess.
Thank you for inviting me and thank you for giving me this opportunity, sir.
I hope you enjoyed the piece, Sargam Surge, and I know you are a big fan of Kaushiki Ji's, and I keep seeing you writing on a lot of her posts.
Yes, sir. I'm a big fan of Kaushik, ma'am, and I'm a big fan of you also.
Thank you very much, and and maybe now you should sit back and enjoy a little music. Selva ji is going to play you. I'm sure you heard Yogesh bhai. So thank you for joining us, Bhavya. I think you are in Haridwar, right?
Yes, I live in
मंदिर मंदिर में जाके हमारे लिए थोड़ा सा प्रार्थना कीजिए.
नहीं सर, हमारे दिल से दुआ है वो वहीं तक अपने आप पहुंचेगी.
जी. So take care, and we will see you very soon. Huh? Okay. Bye now. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Of course.
Okay. Same Aditya, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I have to say about Selvaji is a top grade maestro and a top grade mathematician also. Because हम लोग स्टेज पे बैठते हैं ना, we have to count fractions like 6 and 3/4. The next one, so many aksharas broken down, and when if I have to play a concert with him, like in 15 days in advance, I ask him, please tell me the korvais so I can learn them.
No. Now we actually working with the formulas. We are just making a lot of formulas for for the rhythm.
Oh, that would be great actually.
That's
Yeah.
great. How can we
Yeah.
learn? Is there a way
Once it's
for us?
there, no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
will
no,
it
I'm
get
writing
into
a-
our heads. It's,
No,
they're
it's
not-
very simple.
They're not kind of brains that you're expecting it to be.
No, it's
so,
very simple, and we are working on it. And then there are a lot of things which nobody have touched. It is plus 1, 2, 3, but not minus, right? We don't have minus in the music, but we have found something.
Acha.
Wow.
So it's going to be like, for example, 2, 4, 6, 8, but 2 minus 2, 0, minus 2, minus 4. It's like that.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
I
we are
can't
working
wait
on
to
it.
can't wait to learn.
I know.
Learn.
No. We are writing it, the book is blue there. And then also in our music, we have like a natural, odd numbers and even numbers, but it's all like symmetric, right? But we are also working on it asymmetric.
Acha. Wow.
3, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, which is asymmetric. Something like that.
What?
And
Yeah.
how it applies in the core way. But anyway.
It's an amazing thing that this lockdown has prompted a lot of research in music, which
Serious, very
In fact,
serious.
I was watching a video by Sangeeta Shankarji, and she's done an amazing research
That's
on
incredible.
Shrutis,
Shrutis,
and
yeah.
I feel like it's something that is worthy of mention. It's and other people also. I've been seeing a lot of theoretical research about music and practical. Now, here's something we can try. If Nakul will back us little bit, if we do ambient stuff and effects before we sign
Okay.
off, we will just try some nice Mohanam Alaps and just sign off on a musical note. Without saying very formal goodbyes, but I would like to thank all of you for taking the time out and making time for this very, very rare live session. For me, this is a privilege because I think all of us together on a platform in these times. Of course, we have been in the same room many times physically, but to be digitally on the same platform, I think it's a privilege for all the viewers, and we have a big bunch of viewers. So I'm sure they're all very pleased to see all of you, and they're all praying for the well-being of each and every one of you. So we'll sign off on a musical note with Bhopali/Mohanam. If Nakul, if you will, thoda A de do. Is A good? Huh? And we will not be able to play in sync.
But me and Yogesh ji will sit and listen. That's it.
नहीं आप लोग you can play effects ना?
हम लोग
Oh,
इफेक्ट
okay.
बजाएंगे।
हाँ वही वो सब
क्या बात है?
और हम लोग
सरगम
बीच
सर्ज
में
में एक सुर तो है, सरगम सर्ज में एक तो है।
Which even I don't have that.
please madam
आपके सारे सुर बज रहे. All the surs are coming from there. You please start. Please. You
Acha,
haven't
aisa.
played this yet.
Yeah, actually here.
हाँ,
नकुल बज रहा है ना कुछ अच्छा ठीक
ba da ga sa re ga sa ga ga. Pa re ga pa sa da pa re ga pa ga pa pa da sa ga pa da re ga re ga pa da sa re ga re sa re ga re ga sa.
Kya baat hai. Everybody stay safe, stay blessed, and thank you for tuning in. And once again, thanks to all the great maestros for joining us on this platform.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure,
Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
Thanks.
Bye bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.